All right, so here we are with our first interview of a Painted Horse member. This is Brian Schlining, right?
That's right.
It's like my last name. It's hard to say sometimes, but glad I got it right. Thanks for coming down, buddy. Appreciate
no problem.
But I want to say hello and thank everybody for tuning in. Hopefully we get a lot of viewers on this, and we're going to do this with all the Painted Horse members, even new ones when they come in. It's something I wanted to do for a while. And Brian's the lucky one to get to go first.
Set the example.
So, yeah, today we're sitting down with Brian. We're going to do, just some fun little questions, get to know the Painted Horse members, things like that. And then we'll talk about our new logo. We're going to actually introduce that today to everybody, but the club knows that. Apparel's already ordered, and we got a lot of good things coming up for 2022. So let's get to know Brian a little bit. You live in New Oxford.
Yes, sir.
Have you lived there your whole life?
Went to school there and lived in Hanover a little bit. Ended up back in New Oxford.
Nice. You have a beautiful wife?
Oh, you don't even have half of it.
A very beautiful wife named Karen.
Yes, she is.
How long have you guys been married?
Like 10 years.
10 years,
Yeah.
Wow. You were also in the Marine Corps.
Yes, sir.
So you are a absolute veteran. We support veterans. We love that. We love to have veterans. So I'll say absolute thank you for your service. How long were you in the Marine Corps?
8 years total.
Wow. Very nice. Did you get deployed anywhere?
Yep. When I first went in, I went on a med float for 6 months. Came back, went to Desert Storm, Desert Shield. Came back, went to Puerto Rico, then Okinawa for 6 months.
Wow. We
Traveled
have
a little bit.
This is a true veteran right here, folks. Do you have any children?
I do. I have 3 girls and 4 granddaughters.
Wow. And your granddaughters are with you this week, I think.
They are.
Yeah.
Testing the patience of Pop.
Well, that's okay. I
look forward to it.
Yeah. I think I'll wait a little while longer since my son's only 23 and my daughter's only 20. I want my daughter at least get done college first, but
You're really going to be old when you have grandkids.
it's okay. I think I'm in pretty decent shape. I'll still be able to chase them and run, and if not, I'll just get Nerf guns and shoot them down.
You might be walking like Tony by then.
Yeah. Tony's one of our other members with a bad knee, but so yeah, I mean, it's love spending time with the grandkids.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Every time I talk to him on the phone and the grandkids are over, you can just hear the joy in his voice that he's having a blast with the grandkids. So what's your favorite foods? What do you like to eat?
I like them all.
And everything.
Yeah.
Brian's a very good cook, by the way. He cooks a lot of good stuff. He caters, does all the stuff. But every time we go to his house, he's always got a good spread of food for us. And even if he comes here, we have a party somewhere else, he doesn't mind cooking one bit. So that's always a joy there to have good cooks.
Life's too short to eat bad food.
Yeah, and not have a ton of tools.
Right.
You need lots of tools. So when I do myself, you guys will find out why
Yes.
I say that. So you joined Painted Horse a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're about
Yep.
2 years now.
Yep.
When I first met you, we were on a ride to Harper's Ferry.
Yes, we were.
Yeah, it was scorching hot that day. It was probably
200.
it felt about 200 on a motorcycle, but it had to at least be 95. And straddling the bike, it felt like it was, much more than that. But when we rode down there, I don't know where we ate. You remember the place we ate at?
I don't. It was just someplace, and they put us on the top floor where they put the ugly people, I guess.
Yeah. So we're sitting up there, and a bunch of us, we were scattered out a little bit, and I remember Brian and Karen sitting over on the one side of the deck, and he was quiet. I didn't really know that Brian that well then, and when we were leaving, I'll never forget this trip because of this. When we were leaving, we got stuck in the traffic.
Trying to make that left turn. Yeah,
going up the hill. And he is just on his bike screaming wild hogs, and it was really, really fun. So when I first met Brian, it was we had a lot of fun that day, and hell, I think he's one of my great friends right now, and we really clicked. I mean, I love everybody in my club, but me and Brian talk pretty much every day, 2 or 3 times at least, and it's just a joy to have good people and to hang around with. So at that point, what motorcycle did you have that time?
I had a Road Glide then, and had a little trouble on a ride, and she left me sit, and Joe told me it was ugly, so traded it in for a bright orange Street Glide.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bike.
Yeah, not the old one apparently,
but the his new Street Glide, we used to call him the Pumpkin because it is like, is it Sunglow orange?
Something.
It's
Tequila
really
Sunset or Tangerine Sunburst or something.
It's really bright, but it's a beautiful bike, and he's put some stuff on it, and then. Hell, I don't think there's that much to put on it. It came with
just
pretty
me
much
and the
everything
wife.
you wanted. Yeah. And she loves to ride too.
She does.
So
as long as it's warm.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm a fair weather rider too. To be honest with you, I don't like riding when it's 24 degrees, but like we did.
We will for veterans.
Yeah, but we will.
First responders.
Yeah, we will for the veterans
and kids.
and we did that the other. The Saturday after. It was a Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty cold, but it was a veterans ride, and that's what our club does. So it's well worth it for us to do that. So let's hear any hobbies that you have. You have anything other than motorcycles and grandkids?
I like racing. I like cooking. That's pretty much my whole life, man. Hang out at the tiki bar.
That's too good. Sports,
hang with my horses.
Yeah, that's too good sports though.
Yeah.
By racing, I think he means more
Sprint
dirt.
car.
Yeah, dirt racing, sprint cars. I mean, we live in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and New Oxford, and that's very big for sprint cars. So, but we love going to Brian's house. He has a nice tiki bar on the deck and a pool, and we'll go there on a Friday night, put the races on out at the tiki bar, sit around, and drink a few adult beverages and
or water.
Yeah, or water, yeah, and watch the races. It's just a good time to hang out, and that's what our club loves to do. So, anything that inspires you, anything that makes you tell me that one thing that makes you just get up every day and just gives you drive.
Well, my wife does because she works up in the bedroom and she says, "Get the hell out of bed."
I think, she makes you get up.
No,
yeah.
she doesn't. Yeah. I'm just kidding. No, really, I like what we do, the veterans and the first responders, and just doing stuff like that. And if people want stuff, they reach out to us. And the thing I did the other night was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like to do stuff like that.
Yeah, the other night he braved the cold again, and again, like he said, we try to do anything we can for kids, veterans, first responders, and he did the Santa Claus thing. And what was that night? About 25 degrees too.
Yeah, it was cool. At least it wasn't too far from home. But
yeah. But he did the Santa Claus thing on his motorcycle, showed up at a house, and just made a couple children just. I seen pictures, and they're the joy in their faces when they. When they saw you and just hanging around with you.
When he come running out of the house yelling, "Santa!" I was like, he knows me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we all know you love doing that, that kind of stuff. And you love, dressing up in costumes. And
I have a couple.
Yeah. I mean, he's our resident, funny guy, but he's also, we do a chicken barbecue every year. He'll dress in the chicken outfit and get out there and wave the cars and get people to to come in, and it's a good time, and he does a great job for us.
Do I still have that job, or is that handed off?
Oh no, that's you.
I figured it was.
That's always you. Yeah. Another thing, I had asked Brian back on that veterans ride that we did in November. I wanted to have a chaplain in the club. I think that's important for groups. I call us a club. We're more or less just a group of people that all love doing the same thing. So whether I say club, group, whatever, it's still the same group of people that love to do the same thing, and that is give back, support our veterans, first responders, anything we can to help out. And when I first started this club, all I wanted was good people that really wanted to help and do the same thing that I wanted to do, the same mission. And I don't like to use the word mission, because I think once you complete a mission, that's over, and we're just always doing mission after mission as far as I'm concerned with helping veterans.
and first responders.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
He leaves that out all the
yeah,
time.
I do, and being in law enforcement myself for a long time, it's not about me. It's about giving back to everybody else. I mean, and especially our veterans. But back at that ride, like I was saying, I went to Brian and pulled him to the side and asked him if he would take on the role in the group as being our chaplain, and he graciously said yes, and I really appreciate that. It's a pretty big responsibility. I mean, you're blessing rides when we do them.
Yeah.
Coming up with blessings and keeping everybody safe and just being the voice of reason when it comes to safety and things like that and giving blessings. That's a big honor. And I really appreciate you doing that.
I appreciate it.
It meant a lot. And, again, we've got our bike blessing this year at November 9th, I believe. No, November. April 9th.
Yeah.
April 9th.
Too cold.
Yeah, it can be too cold for that. But April 9th, we'll have our bike blessing over at Texas Roadhouse in Hanover. Now, the pastor I have coming for that, we actually went down to his church. What part of Maryland is that?
Lineboro.
Lazarus Church.
Mm-hmm.
Great pastors. Pastor Rodney, very very funny guy.
Full of life.
Just loves life, loves his job, loves what he does, loves inspiring people, loves talking about God. He was a great guy, and I reached out to him, and he so gracefully, and I mean just thankfully, thankful that I asked him to do our bike blessing. So it's going to be fun to get you and him together again.
Yeah.
At that, and maybe he can give you some pointers too if you want.
He's got him. He can liven you up.
Yeah, he's a very very lively. And we went down there. It was a veterans event when we went down there when we met him, and that's where I really saw that how much the veterans do mean to you, even being a veteran yourself. Seeing some of the veterans that were there, and I mean, how old was the one veteran?
The one guy was, I want to say 93 or something. He was old. He was a World War II veteran, and I actually went out and spent some time with him. A couple of them there. It's an honor. They're not going to be around very long. I mean, when you get to see them and you can talk to them and pick their brain, it's very nice. But that was actually, I think he was 83 maybe, but that was a gentleman that I escorted out of the church, and that did mean a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it as the founder and president of the club, it means a lot to me when I see, our group really doing what I started this for, and I really saw that day how much veterans mean to you, and being a veteran yourself, it's like, wow, it's really like a connection there. It truly is.
It's a brotherhood of a different kind.
Yeah, and that really set pretty well with me, and I appreciate seeing that. One thing I do love is when we're doing something like that, and I see the group as a whole being, just the joy that they're having just by helping. It doesn't have to be money. It can just be a sit-down talk with a veteran, or just a simple chat, a simple hello, a simple thank you, a handshake, things like that. It means a lot, and it means the world to these guys.
And I think everybody in the club is kind of on the same mission, everybody's the same. I mean, they're always willing to help out. I mean, I could call anybody today and say, hey, man, I got a dumpster of trash I got to take out, and people show up to help you. We're all on the same thing. I mean, we like to do what we do. Yeah, I mean, even if,
last year when we had a really close, good friend of ours, his house burnt down. It was something happened, and he lost pretty much everything. And as quick as I hung the phone up, we were already planning on how we could help. And, we did everything we could to help there. And, for us, it goes even further than, just helping veterans or first responders. For me, myself, it's just about helping community.
Friends and community.
Yeah. I mean, your community. I mean, if everybody just does their part to make the community stronger, it does nothing but make the community stronger and a better place to live. So we just, I don't know what month this was, but a couple reached out to me from another group, and they knew people that lost their house, and we collected money for them. Well, I don't think so much money. We did collect some donations and a little bit of funds, but it was more so, a lot of things that are overlooked when a fire tragically takes someone's possessions of everything. You don't realize the little stuff that they lose, and it's the simple things. It's the simple things like socks, underwear. It's those simple things, a toothbrush, simple things like that, everyday toiletries. You don't have that. You all of a sudden, you have it, and then all of a sudden it's taken
gone
from you. And
stuff that can be replaced, but you have to have money or means to. What struck me was the one family that we helped out. They said they had lost everything, and the keys to the house or the cars had burned up.
Yeah.
And they didn't have no cars. I mean, it's kind of crippling. You don't have no clothes, no car, no nothing. It was a great outreaching, not only us, but a bunch of clubs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're talking about the same family.
Yeah.
And, where we took all the donations that we did, they love motorcycles. And we had a vehicle follow us it was my wife's vehicle, and we loaded it with everything. It was
actually Easter.
It was. I was just going to say it was Easter time because they had 2 or 3 little children. And we put together Easter baskets for them and made sure they had something for Easter. And it was, I tell you, if that kind of stuff doesn't, put some tears in your eyes, you're not human. You're absolutely not human.
You're absolutely right.
And it's a tough situation when you're standing there talking to somebody that just went through that. We all take life for granted every day. When you're living and things are going well and you're just not thinking. Trust me, there's people out there that are going through something bad somewhere in the United States. I mean, there's somebody going through something that's just tragic in their life, And when I started this, that's exactly what I wanted to focus and concentrate on. It's like anything else. There's trying times. It's tough at times. Sometimes you think about throwing the towel in. But one thing I am not is a quitter. I will never quit. I will never stop doing what I'm doing. As long as there's people willing to be a part of my group and do what we have always talked about, I'm there, right with them. And it's an honor. It really is. So let me just ask you, a couple more things. We'll get done here shortly. But, in your mind, what do you feel that the Painted Horse Brotherhood, what is our greatest strength as a group?
Our greatest strength is that we are a group. Everybody's there for everybody. If anybody has any problems, they can reach out to anybody. I just think that there's nothing that we can't do or nobody that we can help. I mean, when we do stuff for the love of the veterans, I mean, I love that stuff. Christine's a wonderful woman.
Sure, absolutely.
So I think that's our biggest strength is that we are a strong group, and all you have to do is ask these guys and ladies to do anything, and they would. Well, as long as there's beer somewhere.
Yeah. Well, listen, a few adult beverages are fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. I think our group is as a whole a very tight group, and that's what I love. I mean, that's what makes us the group that we are, very strong. There's a lot of groups around. There's a lot of groups that do the same thing that we do, and we love supporting those groups also.
Absolutely.
We do a lot with American Bikers on a Mission. They're another great group just down the road from us.
Yeah.
Great group of people. At any time we can help them, absolutely we will. And they're the same boat back to us. They'll help us anytime. Anytime we would reach out. I'm very bad with doing that. I will fully admit I don't like to reach out and ask for help. I'm one of those guys
I'll help anybody.
Absolutely. But when it comes to me, I've never been one to put myself first and foremost, in front of anything. It's always about helping others. And I mean, some people look at me and say that's one of my greatest strengths. So for me to create a group and to attract those people like yourself that do the same thing, man, it's just fun. I know we're in our winter months now, and we don't stop. I mean, it's year round for us. We just rode this past Sunday. Took a nice little ride out around Glenville and down south of us. But anytime we get a chance, to ride, we will. So that we just had a little bit of snow. The cinder, the salt, they spread it all over the roads, so that slows me down a little bit. I'm not real big on that.
At least you had a ride Sunday.
Yeah. Well, you were with the grandkids, but that's always important. One thing that I never wanted. There are clubs that, you got to be here all the time. You got to be here all the time. Nah, I'm not like that. And we always get a great group of people to help. It's not the whole group. I think we're around 40, maybe 39, 40 people now. But it might not be all 39 or 40 people, but we get a good enough group to where we're always right there to help. Yeah. So, and it's really important that we do that, to get a name out there that we, to do what we do. It's, our name's really, really strong in the community right now, I believe. So, let me ask you just one more question about the group. So, is there anything that you yourself could come up with that you'd like to see Painted Horse do, or maybe change? I mean, I'm getting ready to talk about a change that we just made, way for the better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'll touch on that slightly in a little bit, but what's a couple things you'd like to maybe see Painted Horse do or this year, maybe change or even add to our program of what we do?
We do a lot. Of course, we'll add more of anything, but I don't know, just a couple more rides as a group to kind of get out. We do stuff for people, and I think we need to do stuff for ourselves as far as a ride,
Some mind clearing rides, just us, not on a mission, just get out and ride. Yeah, I mean, I'm game for that, and everybody loves to ride. I mean, motorcycles is kind of what brought this group together. All the people that that I talked to love to ride. I had the Painted Horse name for many, many years. I think it's probably right around 10 years now that I came up with this name that long ago, and it really just in the past 2 years took off. And I
think it's getting well known. I mean, when they know who I ride with and who my club is. So people are always saying good things about us.
Yeah, and that's very important.
That's something you should be proud of.
Oh, I'm very proud of what we do. I'm very proud of every person individually, what they do, what they stand for, what they support. I mean, we've got veterans in our club. We've got some past law enforcement. We have nurses. Mm-hmm. I think we have nurses that work at 3 of the hospitals, right around here, Gettysburg, Hanover, and Hershey. So, we have a plethora, if I could say, of careers, and it all falls under that helping, giving back,
Yeah, I believe you're right, actually.
Yeah, and it's when you leave your job and you're a nurse, and you're in this group, I mean, you could be doing the same thing on your days off, helping somebody, and that's awesome. That really makes a person stand out to me. But as far as change, like I had said, we recently just changed our logo.
Yeah.
When I came up with the name Painted Horse Brotherhood, we did the 3-piece patch, and we had the rockers, and that comes with that as a different. I don't know what's the words I'm looking for. It just comes with a different maybe lifestyle that people think because you're a 3-piece patch and you're trouble and all this stuff, and it's not like that. This is 2021. The clubs aren't like that nowadays. But what we did do is went to this logo. It's a round logo. Nice. Still says Painted Horse Brotherhood. Down the bottom here it says proudly supporting veterans and first responders. And of course we have the flags with the green, the blue, and the red, and that's our horse. I did just file this for trademark. I designed it. It's our logo, so why not own it?
That's right.
So that's that was important to me, and to trademark it, and I just did that. And to trademark something is much easier today than it used to be 20 years ago. It's literally not a Facebook, but it's a computer search, and you type in what it is, you put the logo up there, and it searches everything.
To make sure it's not out there somewhere.
It looks for metadata in the systems out there, and as long as it doesn't pop up, you're like instantly granted almost. So
Nice.
it's pretty neat. So it took me maybe an hour to research and do that, but that was important to fully own it. So, but you have anything you'd like to add? I mean, I don't want to. I could sit here for hours.
I
and
could
talk.
sit here for hours.
Yeah,
This is my good side.
he has many good sides. Trust me.
No, I just like to say, I think everybody in this club, we all have stuff in common. Like
It's telling us something.
Yeah. Everybody in this club and everybody that is involved all has big hearts. And I think that's one of the biggest things, I mean, if you go to one of these rides and the flags are waving, you go on a veteran ride or whatever, and it doesn't make you pull up on your handlebars and stick your chest out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I'm here. I'm not here just for that, because I've made really good friends and stuff
Oh, yeah.
with everybody. So I'm glad I'm here, but that's why we do what we do.
Well, we certainly appreciate you being here. That's for sure. I mean, there's many groups you could, a person could go be a part of, and to have a guy like yourself come be a part of my group really means a lot to me. And I really do cherish you as a friend.
It's my honor to be here.
I thank you, my buddy.
Absolutely.
So on that, we're going to go now again. Brian Schlining, our chaplain for Painted Horse Brotherhood. And we'll see you next time with a different member. See ya.
Oh yeah, the cream always rises to the top with the macho man Randy Savage, yeah.
And that's why he's the funny guy.